So going into sixth form is probably one of the most exciting and also one of the most difficult things you're ever going to do. And I'm going to just put that out there because it's really different to a lot of school, and a lot of you might want tips on how to deal with it, what you did. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Akshi. I'm a second year, well now third year, third year medical student at Imperial College. I've gone through this whole process before, a few years ago, yes, and before COVID, so things are definitely a lot different, but I'd like to think there are a couple of things that I've taken with me, and a couple of things that I can also give you guys, so that you can prepare for your sixth form years. Now, we're going to talk about three things today. We're going to talk about organisation, we're going to talk about enjoying sixth form, and we're finally going to end on free periods. So these are three topics that I think I know quite a bit about, and I'm comfortable talking about, and hopefully they're going to be useful to you guys. So if you like the sound of that, well, let's get into the video. So, sixth form for me was really weird because I was doing it before COVID. So we had none of this Zoom, Teams and anything. We had normal in-person lessons and there was no even sort of thought of this online world. So if for a certain day school wasn't on for a reason, they couldn't just have a Zoom meeting. We just didn't have school, which is good. But I guess now also it means that you're more likely to have those days because it's easier to just do things from home. Organisation still very much is the most important thing is sixth form. Let's not get it twisted, okay? If you don't organise yourself, you're going to struggle in sixth form. And the reason why is because before this, you'll most likely be taught through a combination of textbooks and worksheets and basic lessons, and your teachers are essentially organising everything for you, so they'll have a structure the way they go through the year. Now in A-level, this still happens. You still get textbooks and worksheets and lessons and everything, but there's so much more content that teachers can't be relied upon to completely organise the way you learn. And so there's a massive part of sixth form where you're going to have to take this load and essentially do it yourself. Now that might sound scary, but to be honest, it's not too bad. A lot of it just means that when you learn things and when you go to lessons, you need to understand what you're learning, where it fits into your subject. So for example, let's talk about what I did. So when I went to sixth form, the way I organised myself was very simple. I had these little folders, so these little clip folders. This is one of those folders. It's pretty big, it's pretty fat, because it's got a lot of notes in it, and it's got 2 years worth of notes. Now this is not a A-level subject folder, this is actually my medical application folder. So I'll take you through it very quickly. So before I did anything, at the start of my year 13 this would be, I essentially took my folder and divided it up in sections. So for medical school that is into BMAT, interview, UCAT, etc. And for your A-level subjects, the same applies. So if it's biology, you'd split it up into the 10, say, subtopics that you've got. So have a look on your specification, it'll be all laid out for you, which is really nice. Basically, you just take these little file dividers that you can buy on Amazon for like, I don't know how much, it's very cheap. But you can buy these little file dividers and just stick them in and write each subtopic along them. So there's one there, and there are like a bunch of them here that I didn't use because there aren't that many subtopics in a medical application. But you get the picture. And then essentially every notes that you do should be filed away into this system. And it sounds really simple, but at GCSE it's very likely that you didn't do this because it didn't really matter, you just sort of learn the mark schemes and pass the exams. Now in A-levels, you definitely need this organisation because this level of organisation is going to make your revision a heck of a lot easier. Because when it comes to revising, you'll be able to understand everything that you're revising, understand where it fits into your whole subject so that you can get a picture of what you're good at and what you're bad at. Enjoying sixth form. Now we've had a little bit of a talk about the academic side and I told you how hard it is, but sixth form is also probably two of the best years of school. And I say that because you get so much freedom, but you don't get as much work as university. So really enjoy it, and the free time means that you can hang out with literally anyone. It's likely that your friends from GCSEs probably won't be in the same classes as you anymore. You will keep some friends obviously because some of you will do the same subjects, but a lot of you will go in completely different directions because you're very much specialising in what you want to do at A-levels. Free time means that when your friends who are doing, for example, geography, and when you, who's doing maths or biology, have timetables that collide and get a free period together, I'd recommend going and speaking with them, going and hanging out with them at a cafe or like at your school cafeteria or the library. I don't know wherever you guys hang out at your school, but you get the picture. And it's really important to do that because if you don't do that, you're going to very quickly get bogged down with your A-levels, you're going to get very burnt out very quickly. So make sure to enjoy sixth form. It's really cool. You get a lot of access to a lot of places that you probably didn't when you were younger on. And when you get to the stage, you're trusted with a lot of these things so you can go and do whatever you want. So really do enjoy sixth form. It is good fun and you are in for potentially the 2 best years of your school life if you play your cards right. So yeah. Enjoy sixth form, it's good fun. Now finally, before we end, free periods, a very controversial topic, but a really important part of your life. I think free periods are absolutely incredible if you use them correctly. And this doesn't mean that you have to go to the library every single day, every minute of your free period, and sit in that one corner of the library at your desk revising your biology textbook. No, it means that yes, you do need to go to the library in some of your free periods, because catching up on work at school makes life at home and revising so much easier, or doing homework in school means that when you get home you can revise. Whatever feels more comfortable to you, do that. And it also means that you are at school in your free period. So while you're doing revision, if you've got any questions, your teachers are literally around the corner in the buildings, wherever they are. So it's really easy to do work in your free period and make it effective. I'd also say that you shouldn't spend all your time in your library, because that can get really boring. So do try and spend free periods doing other stuff, like maybe music, if you like doing music, or going to a sports field in your school, or wherever you guys play sports, or a gym, or a cafe, or whatever your school has, going and doing that and meeting up with your friends, because you're not allowed to do that in your free period. You can do whatever you want. It's just recommended that you go to the library. But I'd say not to spend all your time in the library during free periods. So yeah, do make a mental note though of what you're doing in free periods, just to check that you're spending, I'd say at least in year 12 especially, maybe 40 to 50% of the time in the library, or doing some sort of work anywhere, but just doing some sort of work. And then when it gets to year 13, obviously 80% of your time in free period should be at the library. But in year 12, you can slack off quite a bit. You can do what you want. But just get into the habit of going to the library and doing work in free periods, because when you get sixth form or upper sixth, it's not that much big of a change or jump. I do hope that's a helpful tip though, because free periods are really important. A lot of people say that you can do whatever you want, which is true, but you should probably do some work in some of them. And there's not too much else to say. Like I said, sixth form is an amazing time, and you'll have loads of fun, especially if you're staying at the same school. Even if you're going to a sixth form college, you'll meet loads of new people there, and you'll have a lot of fun. And the freedom is just, it's incredible. Like, compared to year 11, the freedom and the stuff that you get in year 12 is, it's like a whole different part of school that you just never explored before. So it's really good fun. You'll find it tricky the first few weeks, but if you've got your friends with you, and you're just hanging out with people that you know, it'll make it a lot easier. And to end on a cheesy note like that, I think that's the best way to end the video on. So, hope you enjoyed the video, hope it did answer any of your questions. You can check out the comments down below, or not check out, you can type any questions in the comments down below. You can message me on Instagram. I'm very happy to reply to any messages. To all of you getting your results back, a lot of you are replying to me, telling me that you've gotten to university. It's incredible news, really good news that you guys are getting into uni. I'm so pleased for you. A lot of you coming to Imperial as well. I can't wait. I'll see you lot next year, hopefully. But in third year, I am in hospital a lot. But I will be on campus for a few days. So I'll try. If you see me, wave, give me a wave, say hello, come by, stop me, whatever you want. I'm very free. So yeah, and I guess that's it. I'm waffling now. So I'll end the video here and see you guys in the next one.